Have you ever wanted to be the star of your own show? And in that show, everything goes according to plan. All of the things you want to have happen. All of the people that are supposed to support you. Wouldn't it be grand if you were the star of your own show? Well, I've got good news for you. I just did a presentation, another keynote for a leadership group in the real estate industry. It was super awesome. And the whole idea was that every single person can be their own inner GOAT, greatest of all time. But you can also be the star of your own do shit show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you too can be the star of your own personal do shit show. And in your do shit show, you do stuff, little things, big things, but mostly little things. Because if you read any literature of any kind that talks about how people succeed, how people become truly happy and fulfilled, it's usually because they took it upon themselves to do stuff, any stuff, and usually small stuff. If you're sitting there waiting to feel ready or to feel confident or to feel whatever, bad news, you're going to be there for a really, really long time. So why don't you skip to the part where you do shit? And as you go ahead and start doing things, what you're going to find, cool enough, is that the support you were looking for, the support you were waiting for actually shows up. So the support you need doesn't happen before you actually start moving, because no one knows what you need until you actually start needing it. So if you're in a position of complete stagnation, you are kind of suspended in space. If you've ever watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, when the guy jumps into Jello and is like, you don't have to be there anymore. You don't have to be whatever that kid's name was, stuck in Jello. You do not have to be in Arrested Development. You can be the star of your own do shit show. And the cool thing is you get to write the story. So you have not written the ending yet. All you have done is written a series of chapters, which have probably got a ton of morals to each of the stories in those chapters. Well, write a new episode every single day of your own personal do shit show. And as long as you were doing even the slightest thing, what you're going to find, like I said, the support you need actually shows up. The ideas that have been stuck and not moving around here actually come out of your brain. And you're like, hey, that's really cool, right? But you have to sit there and start moving forward in order for your brain to start cooking in. I mean, if you're just sitting there, your brain's sitting there too. But if you're moving and shaking and creating and thinking, well, that turns your brain's little muscles and it's like, whoa, a little hamster in there, gives it some food and starts moving around. And you start actually achieving some things. And sometimes it's small. There's a wonderful concept called the compound effect, where you're working and sometimes it feels like nothing's happening until one day, blam, away you go. But you're never going to hit the blam if you don't do some of the plotting, some of the work, and some of the actions. And so if you're tired of where you are, if you don't like where you are, decide for yourself, even just in an inkling, what it is that you actually want, and say, what can I do right now, today, this moment, as soon as you finish watching this video, that'll actually move me towards that. Write an email, do some thinking. Sometimes if I'm not too sure what I want to do, I turn absolutely everything off. I get my notepad with my pen and I literally stare at the wall. Or I'll go and I'll drive down to the lake and I'll look at the water, but especially with an ADD brain, that really helps. Or I'll stare out the window, or I'll do whatever, but I don't force the thoughts, because if I force the thoughts, they won't come. So I just let my brain rest for a second. And usually when I rest, all the ideas come. Whatever you got to do. Doing nothing is actually, believe it or not, doing something, as long as the doing nothing is with the intent of creating ideas, because that is something. So all of us can create the discipline of doing. You can join me in creating your own republic of do shit, right? Write your own script, write your own episodes, figure out what it is that you need to do, because nothing is going to happen until the doing begins. And it doesn't have to be big things. Remember, if you are, there's two ladders you can choose from. One of the ladders has big giant rungs, right? So yeah, you make giant strides. Problem is you can't reach the first rung. So where do you stay? At the bottom. Pick the other ladder with all the little rungs that you can climb up. Yeah, some of them might break as you go along, but that's okay. The one below you is not so far, so you don't fall all the way back down. It's not like snakes and ladders when you get to like that almost like that second last thing, and that stupid snake takes you all the way back to the bottom. I always hit that snake. Okay. You can take those rungs, take that ladder all the way up, but you got to move. So I would like you to introduce yourself to your own do shit show, figure out what you want to call it, write your own new episode today, right after you watch this video. And you, my friends, will find that everything that you want comes when you start to do shit.